We should have Ronnie Hughes. So Ronnie does all sorts of stuff. You may or may not have heard of him yet, but he's really involved in local communities, especially in North Liverpool. And he does really interesting tours and walks and stuff. And they can find you at A Sense of Place. That's it. So today he's going to be talking slightly, we're taking a step back from the day-to-day of using plastic and replacing plastic with other materials, and we're thinking more about communities and the sustainability and the utopian visions we could have and how we can make those happen ourselves. So over to you, Ronnie. Oh, yeah, okay. There you go.
Okay. All right. Okay, I've been thinking a lot about utopia. You might wonder why, as it's got a fairly bad name. But we're living in a kind of Tower of Babel, particularly in here today, but this is a nice Babel. But we often live in the Babel of we've ruined our ecology, our politicians are utterly unable to respond to it, and we're left hoping some saviour will come from the sky and make things okay for us. I don't think they will, and I think it's dangerous when they do. They come up with huge ideas. This is the vision of Liverpool from 1948, which thankfully didn't come to pass. You'll see the 7 graces that we were going to have. But the huge visions actually want to make us all the same, make us different. We get rid of good things in the making of new things. We currently live in a city that's basically governed for the good of property developers, and I think that needs to change well before 2049, at which point I'll be 95. We ruin things that are beautiful. This is Eldon Grove, which is just off Scotland Road, right next to what I still call the new tunnel. But I think we need to fix things like that and fix things ourselves. That's my thing. Little utopias we can make ourselves so that we have a choice of utopian places to live. If you want to live in Port Sunlight, great, go and live in Port Sunlight. But if you want to live in somewhere different, then I think we need to be keying into the little spark we all have in us, which is, how could life be better? What would you do to make life better? Not perfect, because that was the problem with the old utopias. It tried to make perfect places out of imperfect beings. I want to tell you the story of one. This is the Granby Winter Garden, as we first found it. We were restoring 200 houses, the community of us, some of us are here, in Granby, and two of them were just too expensive and too wrecked by years of racism and municipal neglect to do again. So we made a winter garden like you would. We've got trees planted, a glass roof. The community drove it. They were determined to have it. I'm a real housing purist, and I took some persuading as part of the community to even have it. But it opened this spring, and I stood there at the opening. They asked me to take these photographs like I usually do. And I thought, if this isn't a utopia, I don't know what is. Something that the local community got hold of, controlled, insisted on, did the politics, found the money, £450,000, it's possible, and they built it, and they opened it, and you can visit every Tuesday, every Saturday, every street market, and it's not the only one. We are surrounded in this city by little utopias people have made themselves. This is a group of us sitting in Home Baked 2 years ago talking about Kitty's Laundrette. This is Granby Street Market. Granby is a mixture of utopias. We always wanted to move it out onto Granby Street. It is now. It's probably the best street market in Liverpool. It's changing things. It's not only providing places for people to go, it's changing the economy of the place. This is the Rala, an ignored place over all those walls in Kirkdale that you think's full of railways. It's a natural garden. It is Liverpool's secret garden. It's been maturing for years. No one can even get in, except a few of us have been over the wall. We can make the future of Liverpool ourselves. In fact, we've got to. We can't rely on the big politicians, as I've said, and we've got to fix things in the way that everybody here is talking about fixing things pretty quickly. We haven't got till 2049. Most wise thinking now is that we've got 10 years. We have got to fix things now, and We fixed things in Granby by being disobedient. We did not wait for permission. We actually we guerrilla gardened, and when it was necessary, when we went on site, we guerrilla built. You just have to do this. We're in a city of boss politics, and it has to stop. There has to be good politics, because I would like to rebuild, for one, the overhead railway. But we can't rely on the boss politics. The more we do ourselves, if we have a city full of little utopias everywhere, places like the Winter Garden that we've made ourselves, here's the people who did it, it's to their credit, then we can actually save the world. Because if you add Berlin and Barcelona and Amsterdam and all of the other places to Liverpool, we can sort it. They're the people who can sort it, not the boss politicians. Take the lid off your imagination while you're here today, and we can change the world. And come and visit us Tuesdays, Saturdays, Granby Winter Garden. That's it.
Amazing. Thank you very much. That was really cool.